Welcome everyone. Today we have our another new episode, and we will discuss in AI in healthcare. We have our world famous speakers and US vice presidential candidate from Transhumanist Party, Mr. Dan. He is very good friend for mine, and he's a very helpful for global community. My first question for you: how can AI improve diagnostic accuracy and speed in healthcare?
Well, thanks, Sharif, for the good topic and good question. This is already a trend. I know my friend, one of our fellow Transhumanist Party officers, Dan Elton, is working on using AI in evaluating medical diagnostic imagery. There are, when you get a X-ray or you get a sonogram or MRI, medical imaging, there are things that people can miss that AI is less likely to miss because the AI or the machine learning system, I'm have a little issue with calling everything AI. I think machine learning is actually the better term right now. But the machine learning can rely on literally millions of past images and the outcomes from the diagnostic outcomes from those. And this is something machine learning is very good at, is pattern recognition. It can do it much faster than humans, and humans should augment their capability when they have access to a tool like machine learning. And so there are a doctor can look at a picture of someone's insides and he could miss something that a machine learning system would not miss. So that's how it improves both the speed and the accuracy. That's just one example, actually. And I think there's many others that we haven't even thought of. There's when you talk about healthcare, you're really talking about quality of life, because if you're not alive, you have to be alive to have quality of life. But you also, to be healthy, you have to have quality of life. And this is something that we might be missing, qualities that we don't even know we were missing yet. So I think machine learning might be able to help us discover those things. Like there's a program that you can tell it what you have in your kitchen, for example, and it says, what can I make with these ingredients? And the machine learning system will output a huge, list of dishes that you could make with these ingredients. Then some of them you didn't even occur to you. So it's the same kind of procedure that can be applied to healthcare, I think, and quality of life care. Because,
Thank you.
Next question.
My next question: what are the ethical consideration and challenges of implementing AI in patient care?
Well, there's a lot of them. People, when you talk about your what they call PII, personally identifiable information, that's the abbreviation in the cybersecurity world. People get nervous. What if my information gets hacked or revealed to actors that I don't want it revealed to? So I think people, they have this kind of lingering fear that, I'm participating in a computer augmented procedure or system, and so there's going to be potential for privacy violations or even hacking. So we need to become incredibly more robust at stopping bad actors interfering with computerized healthcare systems. There's already been, hospitals that have shut down, and basically all their automated systems have gone offline because of either mistakes or actual malicious attacks. Sometimes these are, ransomware attacks where the people doing the attack want money in order to restore the functionality of the system. So that's another ethical area. Another ethical concern area is some people are resistant to things that aren't done by humans. And now it's getting harder and harder to tell what is a human mediated process and what is a machine learning augmented process. In fact, it's even been suggested we might need to have a watermark, a guaranteed human certificate. I think this is a great project for a coalition of actors to create like a labeling, like a fair trade. We have the fair trade certification that shows that no harms were done making a product. We need a fair human certification if people want to engage with human-made content rather than non-human made. It should be clearly labeled, and there's a discussion that's growing around that. So that's another ethical issue. Really, all these ethical issues in the field of machine learning or AI are going to also have healthcare implications too. So it's a developing subject, but people can die if we get it wrong in healthcare. So we got to pay extra close attention to human critical systems like healthcare when we're getting them right.
Thank you. My next question, how can AI be utilized to enhance personalized medicine and treatment plans?
Well, I think I could speak kind of from personal experience. Recently, I had a procedure called a colonoscopy, where they look for polyps and things that might be wrong in your lower digestive tract. And they usually put patients under sedation, anesthesia. Propofol was what was used. But I didn't have a ride, and they don't want you driving and getting in an accident if you're recovering from the effects of sedation or anesthesia. So I found I went ahead and did it with no sedation, no anesthesia, and it was about a 6 on the pain scale. It was kind of uncomfortable. I had read online, it's only going to be like a 3 on the 1 to 10 pain scale, but anyway, I got through it. There was your nurse that was very nice, giving me calming touch during some of the hard. It's a little bit like giving birth. You have to relax and breathe. It felt very uncomfortable. But I found out later that there is a system for medical transportation that I could have accessed, and I just didn't know about it. So, there's a case where maybe the AI could have said, if you don't have a friend that can drop you off and pick you up, you could take advantage of this medical transportation service that's available. Somehow that information, didn't make it into my inbox, but I'm sure AI, if it was better being utilized, it might have said, here's a patient that might not know about this service. So that's a very, personal story about one way that machine learning AI could have helped in this case, by letting you know about services that you didn't know about. So I'm sure that's I'm probably not the only person with a story like this. So.
Mm-hmm. So how can AI be utilized to enhance personalized medicine and treatment plan, and in what way can AI assist is managing healthcare logistic and administrative tasks?
Well, that was 2 questions. Should I attack the first one first? Because I like that idea of a personalized treatment plan. I think something that's great about AI is we can create what are known as digital twins. I think every person should actually have a very detailed digital twin that shows what their current state of medical health is, quality of life and functioning. And this is, all of the baseline things I usually do, heart rate, blood pressure, respiration, sugar levels. But then there's some more esoteric things like your methylation level of your DNA, which actually shows your biological age. I don't know if people are familiar with, you're a certain chronological age. I was born in 1960, I'm 63 chronologically, but biologically, I might be older than 63 or younger, depending on the state of different factors, and one of these is called DNA methylation. It's a chemical analysis of the chemistry of your DNA, and that's one that's very popular for determining biological age. And I don't think a lot of people know that. But again, your digital twin could have all this data sort of constantly being updated. And then you could actually get advice based on this avatar, this medical avatar, this digital twin, which has all of your current results of analysis. And the thing about some of these medical readings, to be accurate, you want to take them when you first wake up, for example. If you're measuring your average pulse rate, the best time to take it is when you first wake up. That's the most accurate, because as you go through the day, and maybe drink coffee or undergo stress, your pulse rate will be fluctuating, as your blood pressure will too, and lots of other factors. But a good AI digital twin could do things like averaging out these readings of things like blood pressure, pulse rate, and giving you a more accurate picture, and maybe finding hidden levels of stress that you didn't even know about. So yes, we can have sensor-rich instrumentation that feeds the digital twin, and then is connected to a bigger medical healthcare delivery system, and the sky's the limit in healthcare improvement, quality of life improvement. That's why it's exciting to be in the transhumanism movement, because we are all about augmenting quality of life through the latest technology, or actually the best technology, I should say. Not all technologies are suited to all jobs. You want to use the appropriate technology that's suited to the particular job. So that applies to this question also about managing healthcare logistics and administrative tasks. We can, make people make the best use of their skills. The work that can be automated really should be automated, and the work that can't be automated, that's best done by actual humans. So yeah, if we take the mundane, boring, drudgerous jobs away from humans, we free up them for more creative, humane, and compassionate and caring tasks. And this is a very good trend. So, but again, we've got to keep all the cybersecurity systems in place. You don't want to think that it's going to be a panacea. Every tool needs to be used properly and in the right way, and kept out of the wrong hands. So that's some thoughts on that question.
Mhm. Thank you. My next question for you: what are the current limitation and future prospect of AI in medical research and drug development?
Well, I'm happy to see what's called freedom to try is gaining more acceptance in government and public sectors. So that takes pressure off of drug developers, because if there is a strong freedom to try legislation, and for those who don't know what that is, if someone has exhausted all of the other options in a treatment path, they should be able to try untested or novel interventions. Because if you tie someone up in bureaucracy and red tape, and that person's terminally ill, they could be dead by the time they get the right to try. So you want to waive a lot of those red tape kinds of limitations. And I understand we want to be safe in developing treatments and drugs, but the current cost of developing a new drug is something like $250 million in 10 years process. So it's not very compatible with getting a lot of new treatments in the pipeline. And I think that's why you've got medical tourism. You've got people traveling to countries with less restrictive healthcare delivery systems. And So that's a limitation, but it's also a prospect that AI can help with looking at the regulatory universe and informing decision makers about how to get a new treatment into the marketplace, or even into the nonprofit sector. I mean, there's a big debate about whether healthcare should be a profit center. Is that kind of treading on kind of an unethical area? I mean, you've got things like black markets in organs, that supposedly a lot of this happens in China, where organs are harvested from prisoners, and who knows what happens. So we need to keep an eye on medical ethics, and AI can help us do that. AI could look at hybrids of the competitive and the cooperative economic system, and maybe suggest some way to deliver treatments that we hadn't even thought of. And of course, that's another reason to have a seasteading movement, because out in the oceans and international waters, you're exempt from a lot of national regulations and laws. And it's been proposed that you could have these kind of hospital medical freedom cruise ships that deliver healthcare, separate from all the national boundaries that are found on land. Might be going on already, and it might be not well publicized. Maybe it's something you wouldn't want to publicize all the time. There's probably a lot of things that don't make the news. In fact, there are definitely a lot of things that don't make the news that are good ideas. So get a lot of sources from the way you inform yourself. Don't just rely on one or two news sources for your information.
Thank you. What's your closing remarks for today's session?
Well, as a possibilian and a Christian transhumanist, I think quality of life is something that we need to take an overview effect of. Who were we before we were born? Who will we be when our consciousness leaves our biological substrate? These are questions that have been on humanity's mind since we could think. I think, and evolution is an expedition, and expeditions evolve. And the thing that makes us really human and great, one of the things, is our curiosity and our sense of adventure and our willingness to explore and to be compassionate and humane while we do that. So I'm optimistic about the future of medicine and ethics and partnering with the inherent complexity and novelty in the universe. And I guess that would sum it up right now. Thanks.
Thank you for joining today's sessions. I request all of our audience, please share our content as much as possible, and I request all of the transhumanists, you can share this content and you can learn many interesting topics from today's sessions and interesting issue from today's sessions. Thank you. Bye-bye and take care.
Thanks.